Join me today. We're going to be talking about a discovery of cross associations with the entertainment business, actually. How can the entertainment business teach you or guide you to lead your restaurant business to enduring successes? That's what we're talking today on this program. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us today. And as always, we ask you to take a moment and to share, and to let others know that about this program, especially this topic today. I'm sure it's of interest to many people that you may know. Anyone interested in restaurant business, any food business, food truck, anything, just even a hot dog stand. This is something for them. You know, someone that has that special recipe, that winning dish or dessert. You need to send them to this video and to all of our content, especially this URL. So I think they'll appreciate you after that. Well, if you're interested in just making money from the restaurant business without the pain of starting and opening a restaurant, the risk, this is also something you need to look at. So that being said, with no further ado, let's talk about today's this segment's topic. And what does Hollywood have to do with food? Well, one of the issues is that when people usually go out for entertainment, it is closely related to food because sooner or later, before, during, or after, they're going to eat. There's going to be a time where food is involved, and you have this evolving dine-in experiences now. With the dine-in theaters where people eat while watching the movie. Some people eat before, and some people eat afterwards. So, yeah, there's a lot to do with it, and a lot of food is seen on screen. And so there's a lot of associations, and I'm sure a lot of motivation comes from watching a movie where they're having a sundae ice cream or some other culinary experience, and that says I want to go eat something afterwards. Even a pizza, even the slight connotation of food sometimes in a movie can spark the hunger pangs and give somebody the idea we got to go eat after the movie, and let's try something new or something related to something even they saw on the big screen. But what is this of interest to us in the restaurant business? Why would Hollywood at all be any source of guidance or wisdom in any way? Well, simply how they promote their movies. The way you see Hollywood setting up the marketplace. What is the one thing they do when you're sitting at the movie? What's the first thing that happens? The previews. So what we're talking about in today's show is talking about how to warm up your customers to new items, and also your your target market, your communities. How do you get them to preview? Talk about movie previews, right? How did you get them to preview what's coming up in your restaurant? Let's go over to the other screen, and let's consider another article as our basis for today. And so here we are again. I'm using some feeds that I subscribe to. This one is coming in from Latest Media. Actually, the website is called fastcasual.com. And I believe I have the main article here. Fastcasual.com, a leading publication for restaurants and restaurateurs. So you want to also look into that a little bit. This is an article by Mike Cisco, dated December the 10th of this year, 2019. Warming customers up to winter menu innovation. Of course, this is talking about winter menus, but really this applies to any time of the year and any moment actually where you're always marketing. Your restaurant is always going to be marketing your food business in the public. How and Hollywood really shows you how to do marketing very well. You see what they do. I remember when remember when Batman was starting to be promoted, and all you saw was the wings, right? The silhouette or the shadow, the dark image, and then you just saw a date. People automatically immediately recognized the shape, the Batman symbol there, the motif there, and they knew a movie was coming out. They knew that date represented a release. So they started to advertise. They started to promote a new movie that was coming out, and others have done similarly, creating different types of campaigns, which only has a hint of something, this mystery, which it's coming on a certain date, blah blah blah. In the food business, though, you don't want to keep things a mystery, actually, because people they're not coming to get surprised at a restaurant. They're coming to get fed, and they're looking for. We know the things that they're coming for, the things that a restaurant needs to supply, right? They're looking for quality, and overall, they're looking for great service, right? But they're interested in the quality and whatnot. The service should speak for itself. It should be evident. It should be part of the culture in your business. But what now are the benefits of me eating or selecting certain items on the menu? And you can see here in the graphic they've chosen for this article, coming soon. They have these different choices. I believe that's based on some type of um, some type of some either it should be some vegetable matter there, some type of vegetable base, and then it comes with certain toppings, and they could be actually different dishes that are coming soon to this your restaurant. And as people come in, they'll see these things coming soon. I see. And also probably it's also could be used here, as you see, maybe a progressional campaign where one week you have just this as the coming soon sign, and then the following week you have this, and then it changes, it evolves as the day comes closer to the release of this new menu item. All along a month or two, you have people, wow, I wonder what that's going to be. I wonder what that, oh, there's more stuff to it. And every week as they come in for their regular restaurant experience, in your business, they're getting warmed up to this new thing that's going to be available, in a few weeks, and they come in and they tune in to the continual saga, which leads me to something else. At the network business that I've been showing you guys about, the URL that I keep referring to, that you see at the beginning and at the end of the show. There we talk about our network, and pretty much we do something in this similar fashion. Okay, and we're able to create this effect massively for your local restaurant or food business. So that's another thing that you need to look into as well. I mean, this is just posting it up on the screens inside the restaurant, and with our network, you're really spreading the word out, and that same experience multifold times out in the public space. Also, we have our TV factor, our TV programming, which also then takes this campaign, if you will, and brings it out onto the screens all over your marketplace, to your customers, directly to their homes. Again, a very powerful program that we have within the network that you'll learn about if you go to the URLs that we've been promoting to you. So this is, again, it's a great idea, combined with posters, flyers, the food mats, the table mats on the table, and even the having at this day and age, easily you can modify clothing and add certain messages onto clothing. You haven't thought about that yet? It's amazing. You can really add messages and different messages easily to your waiting staff that can be delivering, front face to face messaging and reminders about a new menu item that's going to get started. And you can attract new customers and exploring new interests, which is another thing to do in the restaurant business is to explore the different interests there are in your community. For example, there are people definitely that are health conscious. So have you thought about building around that theme? Have you thought about building around the vegan theme, the health conscious theme? We have a brand that is just simply focused on health. Period. And when you're not talking about just healthy eating, we're talking about helping to alleviate health problems, right? So people know according to their needs what the good choice would be for someone that has XYZ need, et cetera, et cetera. Again, these are the different foci that are available to differentiate from others in the marketplace. So many choices to dine. Where would you rather dine? You have to think, well, how can I make a person, a segment of the population, choose to come to my restaurant over going to someone else, or choose to eat at the food truck rather than going to one of these fast options. By the way, heads up, food truck guys, you got to get moving because you got big players coming into the fast casual niche, and that's going to be taking away more and more of your customers. So you got to be on the ball here. Again, you need to join our network, find out what it can do for you. So I think that by looking at promoting the qualities and the features of the new items that you're bringing in to the restaurant and combining that with an outreach, which we have automatically in our network, you have a sure guaranteed way to win new customers, bring in new customers, and to retain new customers using this Hollywood style type of pre-warming your customer base as well as your market area. This now you extend your pre-warming abilities to new people. Most restaurants can't do that today. They can only do that if they can afford a TV budget for commercials, and then you can probably start doing the pre-warming, something like the Red Lobster does with its certain uh, shrimp festivals, right? Stuff like that. You're pre-warming. That's called pre-warming. It's telling you that from a certain day, this is the season now. You can come into Red Lobster to get your shrimp hunger and the shrimp fetish, taken care of. So this is a type of pre-warming. But again, you need to be able to afford that, which most restaurants can't. But with our network, you can actually accomplish this to a great degree. Even if you're a startup restaurant, you can do like the big boys do when you join our network. So also look at that when you're looking at the URL. Take a look at that so that you can take advantage of these big boy features in our network. It says here leaders in menu innovation and revenue effectively convey benefits to their customers rather than waiting for the customer to question the benefits. And in this case, they were talking about CBD and other types of infusion into meals. They simply offer the information how this new selection can better help your need for an alternative. More restaurant brands are partnering with Beyond Meat and Impossible Burger to expand their menus. Of course, these are vegetarian style meat alternatives. Through strategic marketing, brands like White Castle and Red Robin have appealed to new customers by sharing the advantages of these plant-based meat alternatives. Building anticipation with announcements is what basically we're talking about before, and the value of building anticipation. Brands like Panetta has been using that to great effect, repurposing their animated menu content for social media. Again, that's another thing to involve in your restaurant business is sharing, making it easy for people to share. Again, as a consultant in your business, I'm able to bring in also some fantastic social media techniques to really get your restaurant humming in terms of your social media presence. These are also things available within the network. So either or, you can retain my services separate from the network or just simply join the network and enjoy all of the benefits of being in our network. Storytelling is on the menu. The why behind the menu, innovation. But think about this. This article is just staying with, it's plain and simple presentation of, putting it on the menu or using the in-house signage to convey these messages. But remember, wherever, when you see something like this, you got to think immediately is that wherever there is a medium for a transmission of a story, a communication of a story to people, that's the medium you need to do this in. So it shouldn't be limited only to the signage or the menus in the restaurant. It should be at any medium available to you as a restaurateur to get your message out. You need to get the story out. So make the stories, create the stories. Think about the social media stories, Facebook stories, Instagram stories, right? What other areas and social media outlets do you use where you can get a story put up, where people can follow a series of developmental graphics or content where the story about the new sandwich you're introducing or the new dish that you're introducing to your restaurant is being told and can be seen. Okay, so you need to create a featured story, create some entertainment, something that's will grab the attention of people to look at the content and and inform themselves. That's what you should be doing. That's what a restaurateur has to be working on. And obviously, hey, here goes another thing I have to do. Well, you don't have to do it. You can join the network, and we'll do all of that for you. That's the purpose of it. So that's the story for today. Build up your stories, pre-warm your markets, make the story, get some help in getting the story, join the network, and have us do the stories. We're all connected with TV programs and all of that already set to go. Just simply get your story out and make each item a story to be told for enduring successes in your restaurant business. Thanks for watching today, and we'll see you next time.